Hey guys, DEK here, and today we're going to go ahead and review Star Wars Squadrons. So it took me a little bit to get completed with the story mode in this game. It is really fun. I took my time with it, but also it can be infuriating at sometimes, especially after the updates. Alright, so first off, let's talk about this game. Story mode is 14 missions, where you'll go between Empire and Rebels. So you'll switch back and forth. Pretty good style. It's got some characters that you'll know. It's got some new characters as well. Some of these characters, I'm not going to spoil it with you, but I will say you might enjoy this if you enjoyed Rebels. If you enjoyed some of those characters. Alright, so while you ponder that, this game released from Motive, which they helped do the story mode on EA's Battlefront 2. And other than that, this is their first solo game. And this is not one of those, oh, it's Star Wars. It's going to be a Star Wars game. We're going to go do a Star Wars, like Battlefront style. It's not going to be that. This is a simulation game that also has some competitiveness into it. So it's kind of a weird mix, to be honest, because I think it would have worked better if it was one or the other. Now this is the solid simulation game, but the competitiveness of the game, it's kind of a hit or miss. So the issue with this game is, on the multiplayer, there is 5-on-5 firefights. And that is pretty much the game. Your 5 ships attack them, and you'll have different waves. So you'll attack their fighters, then you'll attack their little transports, and then you'll attack their big ship. And then it would go vice versa, trying to fight back and forth, depending how much damage you do and how much damage they do to you. Pretty good style. I like that kind of concept. The issue is everyone kind of has a ship they like and they stick with it. And if this is going to be a game where you play by yourself, or you're going to play with like a buddy and you're not real competitive, this is where your time might devalue. This game has a very high learning curve. Very, very high control scheme and things to figure out. So right off the bat, you wouldn't really notice, because it's certain things like, alright, press down to balance your power, press left to put all your power into movement, up to put all your power into attack, and right to put all your power into shields. Now, the Empire doesn't really have shields. That's kind of a rebel thing, for the most part, but that's kind of what it is, and that is called basic combat. I would highly suggest you turn that off and go over to advanced. You won't regret it. So with advanced, you start out even, and down does rebalance, like always, but now you press up on your thing. Well, now you just moved one point from something to, like, from speed to your power, your attack. Press it again, 2 points. Press it again, 3 points. You don't want movement, but you want attack and shields. Up, right. You put 2 points in up, you put 2 points in right. You can go up, right, it doesn't matter. That is a whole lot better, instead of just lowering you all the way down. Because the thing is, like, if you hit left on basic to move all your stuff to movement, your attack does no damage, and you have no shield protecting you, pretty much. Like, it's horrible. And you put it all the way up in attack, you're doing a hell of damage, you're moving slow as fuck, and you have no shields protecting you. So doing it this way, where it's on advance, and you go up to put 3 points in attack, and then say you want 2 points in shields, and you don't mind moving slow, you go right, up, there you go. You got your stuff set up, you got that pretty quick, and if you want to go in a hurry and you want to boost everything, well, you can either rapidly tap, or just hold the button for a second and it'll do it. Pretty awesome there. Really like that feature. So you can still have it. You just have hold, all that. Great. So when it comes to that, it's pretty good. I have learned a lot. The AI is usually harder to defeat than players. Yeah, it's weird. I can go in and get 30 kills of players in a multiplayer game. Fine, easy, Die like 3 times, kill 30 people. Die 6 times, kill 25. That's pretty simple. But then you go over to like AI, where you face against an AI opponent, and you'll go like 5 and 15, like where you get 5 kills, 15 deaths, 10 kills, 20 deaths. Insane. Like, they almost never miss. So that is one gripe I have about this, but that doesn't really matter as much. So with the learning curve on this, if you do not constantly play this game, you will forget how to play it, or your skill will deteriorate pretty quick. This is going to be one of those games that you want to constantly play. Same thing like Rainbow Six Siege. You stop playing that for like 3 months, you're going to be rusty when you come back. However, unlike Siege, where it's all basic first-person shooter stuff, this one, it's different. So, like I said, you got the power distribution. You got things like, alright, you got your boost, which you have to throw everything in the power so you can start boosting. You got evading, where you have to throttle down midway and then start making sharp turns. Or boost, right angle your steering, and then boost again to kind of U-turn slide or drift in space, and while shooting in the back and all that stuff. You got your shields you got to do, your healing, your support, you request for supplies, you can shield other players, you have like cloud that'll take away missiles that are coming at you. You got counter missiles that can do it. You have missiles, you have guns, you have... It's a lot, right? So that's kind of where it comes into the simulation part. This is a perfect, damn near perfect simulation game. It's very great. It's actually pretty amazing. They did have flight stick controls and VR support. So if you have a VR and a flight stick, you are going to be in for one hell of a time. You are going to play this forever. This is like the ultimate thing. So yeah, that would be absolutely perfect when it comes to that. The story is alright. The talking is a little bit slow, and there's a lot of it, but it's got that like VR feel. Like it's set up for VR. You don't walk around a ship or anything, which would have been cool. You look at a door and hit A to teleport over there. You look at a person, hit A to talk to them. And you don't have any choices or anything, they just talk at you. And they could be really long and drawn out. But, it's for that virtual reality aspect where you feel like you're talking to them. You can still look around and everything. That is pretty cool when it comes to that. So let's talk about one thing that is recent that there's a lot of people disliking about this. Motive has came out along with EA and said that they have no plans on any DLC. They will support it with patches if there's anything that's broken in the game, but there will be no DLC, paid or free. There's no cosmetics for you to go buy, paid or free. Everything in the game is in the game for $40. Amazing price point. But that price point, you already know what you're getting. You're getting a shorter experience. Simulation, not a full game, but a pretty good game. $40. EA didn't charge for it. Like, EA charged $40. EA, on some of their worst games, have charged to $60. And now announcing $70 They charged us $40. So they knew it didn't have much in it, and they weren't expecting it to have much in it. It was like, here, yeah, do this as your first project, whatever, get it done, just post it out. Just do it. We're not expecting it to make a lot of money, we're not expecting anything. Just run with it. We need to make another Star Wars movie or Star Wars game. We've canceled too many of them. Our contract ends in 2023 because EA has the exclusivity where only they can publish Star Wars games. So, you know, they have to get the money in somehow. Be like, oh, make this short game, make this short game, make this short game, make this big game, Fallen Order 2, make this game. We got to get these out. We got to make money, so they renew the contract. That's one thing that's like, it kind of feels like. But at the same time, Motive hit it out of the fucking park. Like, they did amazing with this. And that's the issue. They did amazing with this. You got some in-game, you know, customization and options. Choose what weapon you want. Choose your paint jobs. Stuff like that. I like the old burnt style. Like, I got the TIE Fighter that's like gold and burnt and looks like it was on fire. I've got the X-Wing that looks like he pulled it out of the swamp. Awesome, you know. I got the little General Akbar little buddy over there talking to me while I'm flying. I've got the C-3PO, or it's not really C-3PO, but it's the protocol droid head hanging from my TIE Fighter as like a little mirror ornament. Pretty awesome. That's some really cool stuff. So they got that customization, but you got like 4 ships for each side. You got a basic all around, your X-Wing or TIE Fighter. Then you got the next level. You got your bombers. You got your Y-Wing and you got your TIE Bomber. Alright. Then you got your other one. You got your TIE Interceptor, which is the quick one. And then you got the A-Wing, which is the Rebels quick one. And then you got your support vehicle, your big hefty support vehicle. You know, your U-Wing for your Rebels, and forgetting what the name is for the Empire's version. But you got those. Those are your ships. Yeah, that's what you get. So much missed opportunities. Like, I would love to have this game have a DLC. I would pay $15. Give me a DLC. $15. Give me Clone Wars. Let me have the Clone Wars shuttle. Let me have these other vehicles. Let me use the Slave 1. You can have a Boba Fett paint job. You can have your own creative paint jobs, but you can also have a Jango Fett paint job. Jango Fett's not something we see very often. His little blue aesthetic. Even Lego has only made one Jango Fett fucking Slave 1. Yet they've made 15, 16 Boba Fett Slave 1s. So, you know, you got these. It's like, oh, but we could have the Millennium Falcon. That would have been awesome. Or, you know, all these other vehicles. Like, that would have been cool. Having all these different... There's a lot of ships in Star Wars, you know? But no, they stuck it with the 4 ships for each side. You know, they got some characters you can unlock for the Rebel side. I didn't see any for the Empires. So, you want to play as somebody kind of famous, you know, you can. You get points from playing multiplayer. You'll get some unlocked, like some paint jobs and stuff for completing this story mode. But overall, that's it. Like, you don't get much. All your stuff's going to be from you buying it from, multiplayer. Which is not bad. Like, one item might cost you between 6 and 1,200 credit. Which is fine. You get 100 credit for playing a multiplayer game. 12 games, you unlock whatever you want. Pretty much. 1,200 is like the most expensive thing. So, 12 games, you unlock it. Pretty simple. Pretty sweet. So, no gripes there. Just wish they would have more. I would definitely support this game. Heck, give me like a season pass for $20. Give me a DLC for $20. Let me play as Darth Vader. Like, I don't care if it's like canon in the story and all that stuff. Like, just make it where it's like, because in Battlefront 2, You could play as Darth Vader fighting Rey. Like, they weren't around at the same time. You could still do it. You know? You can make Anakin fight Kylo. But, so it'd be cool to have, like, you know, as your character, you could pick Darth Vader in the TIE Fighter. That would have been cool. Play as, you know, the Emperor or Obi-Wan and his... That's another thing. The fucking... What is it? The Jedi Starship things. Jedi Fighters. Dude, that would have been awesome. Imagine having a Jedi Fighter that would have replaced the A-Wing. That'd be great. You want the Millennium Falcon? Support. You know, Slave 1? That could be a bomber. And might as well make it like, give it so you have, these can be on both sides, you know? Like, oh yeah, you got the Millennium Falcon, you know, you got Han's Falcon, it's awesome, you know? Rebels, got that support ship, fighting somebody who has a Millennium Falcon on the Empire side, who's painted it black for some reason. You know, that would have been cool. You know, fight the Empire using a pink Slave 1. Do whatever you want. That would have been cool. But, you know, it's whatever. Maybe next time, you know? Or maybe a company will see this and be like, yeah, let's do it. So this one is going to be a little bit different. I've got 2 ratings for this. So, first off, this gets my godly seal of epicness or whatever approval. I highly recommend playing through it. It's $40. Might as well get it. It's a fun experience. So, I go ahead and recommend it. Now, as far as the game, I would give this a 7 out of 10. It's a shorter game, but it's cheaper. It has a lot of stuff in it, but it feels like something's missing. But 7 out of 10, it's above average. Alright? It's above good. Alright? It's a great game. It's a great game. But there's a second rating. Now, if you have a flight stick, and if you have VR, this game is a 10 out of 10. There's no such thing as a perfect game. Perfect games do not exist. A 10 out of 10 rating just means that this game would be held to the level of all simulation style battle games, competitive simulation games. So that's what that means. It's not perfect, but it's damn near close. They can always improve stuff, of course. But as far as they came out swinging and they nailed it. So this game, pretty great. 7 out of 10 if you do not have the setup. 10 out of 10 if you do have the setup. For $40, you might as well play it. Have some fun. Just chill out. Some of the stuff can be hard if you try it on difficulties. They do bounce around a lot. But those are my impressions. And that's my review. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I am trying to get this stuff up and running, and they are new channels, of course. And yeah, I'm just trying to do what I can. I've been working a lot. You know, COVID's been pushing a lot of stuff back, especially with like paychecks and stuff. So that's kind of an issue, but I am trying to save up. I'm trying to get a computer set up. Once I get that, I'll have it set up. I got my 1080p webcam now. My big next purchase is trying to get a PC so I can actually make these videos and edit them on a computer. Right now I do everything on my phone. So it's a little bit weird, a little bit crappy. I don't have a lot of editing stuff I can do because it would cost me $30 a month for the app I use to unlock that stuff. And I'm not doing that. I'd rather just buy the PC and then be good, be set up. Alright guys, I will see you all later. Don't forget to game like a god. And may the force be with you. Always.